Hello world, I am Mohammed Umar and here's my project 0 for CS50 mobile app development with React Native, which is a to-do app, so I am going to walk you through my to-do app. First click new to-do button. Now I will enter a little to-do name. Say it's to-do 1 and then OK. And to-do number 2 and to-do number 3. Now we have item count 3 and unchecked count 3, and if I check a to do, the unchecked counter will change and it changes again and it changes again, and we can delete the to do from the list and the item count will change and the unchecked counter will change also. And this is how my application works. And now I'm going to walk you through my JavaScript code. Here we have the class name objects to store class names which we will use for styling. And here is a few variables that get the main DOM elements for the to-do app page to reference layer. And here are some variables to keep track of counters. This one is for total items count and this for the unchecked count. And here is the function that updates the counters on the page. And next we have the function new to do, which will create a new to do for us. First we asking the user for the to do name using an alert. And here is an if statement for preventing a null input. And next here we updating the counters. And here we create the list item and give it a class name for styling and an ID which we will use later. And here we will put the list item on the app page. And next here we will put the checkbox to the to do and give it a class name for styling and a type and an ID which we'll use later. And an on click attribute for calling check to do function and then append it to the to do. And next here we will put the text to the to do and here we will put the delete button to the to do and give it a class name and a name and an ID and a value which we'll use later in the deleting function, and an on click attribute for calling the delete to do function and then append it to the to do. Next here we have the check to do function that takes the checkbox ID as an argument to update the unchecked items counter according to this checkbox state, if it's checked or not, using some if statements. And finally here we have the delete to do function that takes the delete button value as an argument which is the same as the checkbox ID, and then get the checkbox DOM by ID and check if the to do is checked or not to update the unchecked items counter according to that after deleting the to do, and finally update the items counter. And that's all of my application JavaScript code. Now I'm going to walk you through my app HTML code, and it's pretty simple. I just added the bootstrap for reference here and some on CSS, and that's all. Thank you for watching.